Well, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the delay coming on. I was uploading stuff onto other social media platforms just in regards to Adam Idah. It's about time we can actually sit here and relax about talking about another striker. So Celtic have agreed terms tonight with Norwich City, 8.5 million, the initial fee with additional 1 million add-ons. So I'm just going to pull the picture up as well. Anthony Joseph tweeted this an hour ago. So they're getting a 15% sell-on clause on this. Some fans won't be happy with the valuation that we're paying for Idah when you see the likes of Morosky going for 6.5 million. At the end of the day, where I back him is he's proved already in the Celtic shorts. Coming in and scoring at Ibrox, scoring the cup final, scoring at Motherwell, scoring a high-pressure game at Hibs when we were great that day, scoring and taking them penalties. 9 big goals, and hopefully it'll be 19 goals this season. We shall see. Anyone that's tuning into the stream on Facebook, please jump over to YouTube at the end of it. It's the exact same channel. Come on the Hoop Celtic and press that subscribe button as well. I've been literally, are you serious? How much are we paying? 8.5 million. A lot of people are not going to be happy with the price of it, but 9.5 million altogether with the add-on. That's with the add-on. But look at it's done and dusted. He'll do his medical over the next 24 hours and he confirm a Celtic player. All this malarkey of Norwich City's manager, he was just milking it. Norwich were milking the fee. Like this was worse than the whole Paddy Roberts saga back in 2017. It really was. I thought the whole Paolo Bernardo thing was a joke as well. But Celtic held firm. They didn't spend the 6 million on getting Paolo Bernardo. They got it from 3.5 million. You better rattle the goals in. Hopefully he's starting now on Sunday against Hibs at Celtic Park, But it's so good to see a lot of people on it. Look, I do apologise for the delay, folks. I was busy, obviously, uploading stuff as well. Busy day, out all day, and then obviously seeing the news there just less than an hour ago that Idah, BBC dropped the news that Idah was being confirmed, a deal being done for him. So I was going to go through his stats if people are not familiar with Idah's stats as well. I'm going to put them up on the screen as well. Just 2 seconds. Where's everyone tuning in from? What country? What town? If this is your first time coming across the stream live, do press the subscribe button as well. I'll put the link up as well to anyone that's watching on Facebook. You just click that link and bring it into the YouTube channel. And you can watch it in there. And there's loads of content in there. Constantly putting up Celtic stuff. So yeah, there we go. So let me know what you think about the valuation. Is he worth the money? Did we get fleeced? I said it last week on the channel. Look, we paid around 9 million for Edouard. That was back in 2018. Yeah, Edouard scored some really good goals, more goals than Idah, because he was here for the full season. But this is the gamble you take. You got to take risks. And it's about time the board actually got the finger out and got a striker in, because we seen it yesterday, folks, regards to KYOGO towards the end of the game. It looks like that shoulder was starting to cause problems again. 9 goals in 19 games. Exactly. So let's just pull this up. I'm going to just to give a few people refresher. So this is his stats here, folks. If you can see that on the screen, 19 games, 9 goals, 2 assists, 2 yellow cards, 809 minutes in a Celtic shorts, and it's going to be a 5-year deal as well. And Sky Sports did confirm it less than an hour ago as well. There's loads of outlets confirming. It's not just a case; it's a clickbait story. Like every single week, this is the real deal now. Finally, we're coming to the end of this saga. 2 hours ago, BBC confirmed it. I'll just put this up as well. It's good to see good numbers in tonight. How's everyone keeping? Everyone in top form after yesterday? Good performance yesterday. Really good first half in Celtic. Very comprehensive. Obviously, that early goal killed Hibs off. KYOGO took the shot. James, you ran onto it. Pass over to Nicholas Gunn, and I think Nicholas Gunn will go strength to strength. I think Nicholas Gunn will be a better winger for Celtic than Ali Alabada was. I think he will. Brave words, I think he will. And with this Idah deal done and dusted, it just means we can focus on getting a let back in the door on a permanent basis. I don't mind if we go out in the market and get a centre back on loan. I just want to get a let back. And I thought Taylor was outstanding yesterday. I thought he played really well. I just want to mute this microphone for a second. I thought Taylor played really well yesterday, up and down that flank, got stuck in, and, we need to have ammunition there. Kind of like similar to Alistair Johnston, coming towards the end of the game, you can bring Ralston on. You can change it around because there's a lot of football to be played this season, as we all know. We have the League Cup the weekend against Hibs. We have the Champions League kicking off around the 17th of September. That goes up to the end of January. It's a new format as well. If people are not familiar with it, there's going to be 8 games in the Champions League, so it's like a league format. And then if you get into them playoff spots, you'll play past January as well. But it's all. Some people might say Adam Idah will be sold next week to pay for Idah. Not Adam Idah, Matt O'Reilly. I don't think so. Like, there's been reports last night that Atalanta were coming back in for a 5th bid for Matt O'Reilly, but I don't think Matt O'Reilly will be sold to Atalanta unless they hit the 28 million. Unless they want to stretch it out. They're a Champions League team. They won the Europa League last season, and they're doing well in Serie A the last 3 or 4 years. So why? And then plus they've made money off one of their midfielders going to Juve as well. So I'd like to see Matt go down to England, to be honest, in Serie A. It means we can keep more tabs on him, because I don't watch a lot of Italian football. I watch the odd 1 or 2 Premier League games, but that's really it. I just hate watching the Premier League. It's, tourist league, overrated, So let's have a look at the comments. Great to see you in there, Michael, as well on Facebook. We're a better team this season. We're in turmoil after Ange left and the fans were split a bit. Rodgers, 100%. I was one of the first podcasts to say I'll take Rodgers back, and I got pelters. Got absolute pelters off people. People unsubscribed to the channel because I wanted Rodgers back. It's all about opinion, folks. I was told 6 weeks before that Rodgers was coming back by a good source of mine, and he was right. And then we seen pictures of him emerging as well of him at the Scottish Cup semi-final. You knew that there was something going on there as well. So look at Brendan starting to get his way now, starting to get the players in that he needs. It's adding quality, not quantity, as I said so many times in the channel. And if Idah is on the bench the weekend and he comes on and scores on his permanent debut, happy days. He's 23, folks. A lot of years in the L tank to go. It's not a case that we're getting someone that's 26 or 28 and paying 9.5 million. Some people will probably want another striker as well. Folk will still want Tommy Conway off Bristol City. But we'll go through the comments anyway, Will Kieran Tierney make a return? No. Kieran Tierney's too injury prone. Love to go into bits. Play for the badge, came through the Celtic Youth Academy. We got a good fee from off Arsenal, but his injury record over the last 3 or 4 years, he's an average missing around 40 days every time he picks up a hamstring injury. So I wouldn't be going for Tierney. As much as Tierney is technically better than Greg Taylor is more consistent and is a workhorse. Taylor doesn't miss much football, Regards to Owen Beck, there's 2 clubs that are interested in Owen Beck at the moment, QPR and Leeds United. They want to take him on loan, but Celtic are willing to take him on a permanent basis. But Liverpool want around 6 million for Owen Beck. 6 million they're looking for Owen Beck. I think 6 million is a good deal. He's 21 years of age. He's represented Wales on under 21s. He's only played 1 competitive game for Liverpool. That was against West Brom last season when he came back from Dundee. And that just wrote him off for a permanent deal or going on loan to another club. But Owen Beck looks like a good caliber player. We've seen how well he played for Dundee as well last season, helping Dundee get into the top 6 in the Premiership. So I take him back. 100%. 84 people tuning in tonight, folks. As I said, all I'm looking for is opinions, new subscribers, and if you want to click that link below as well on Facebook, just click that there. It'll bring me into the YouTube channel and smash that, hit that like and subscribe. We're going for 18,000. It's not a case that I'm one of these mediocre channels. I've put a lot of effort in this channel over the last 4 to 5 years. There's over 3.5 million views as well. So, stats speak for itself. you know. Let's see. Why no academy players coming through? Great question. To be honest with you, we're not offering them a decent enough contract, decent enough wage. Look at Daniel Kelly; it's all up in turmoil regards to him getting a new contract. You know, Rockavata went to Watford. Karamoko Dembele is about to join another club in the EFL. Obviously, he left a couple of years ago, but I just don't really know, to be honest with you. I just think we're letting players go that could have been gems for us. Look at Ben Doak; he went. He didn't want to stay at Celtic. Didn't want to stay at Celtic. I said I would take him back, and some fans were like, "Oh, you wouldn't make a Celtic team. You're playing for a team like Liverpool," and he's played a good bit of football for Liverpool over the last 2 seasons. You know, playing Carling Cup or Carabao Cup and FA Cup and throwing the old league game in. But it's just the contract's not appealing to these players as much as they love the club and you know they probably grew up supporting Celtic. If they're getting an option to go overseas and getting maybe double or triple the salary, you think of your career first as much as you think of Celtic 60,000 seat stadium, Champions League football. If they have a chance of going and playing in a better quality league, you don't blame them. You honestly don't blame them. I know fans don't like that, but it's just coming to a stage where some of these academy players are just not cutting it, or either they're stubborn and their agents are in their ear saying, "Oh, you can go somewhere else. You know, that's the joys of football. So watching from Inishannon in Cork. Well, you have a Cork man joining the club because we keep selling them. He has a long injury. But look, I've said on the channel a couple of times about Daniel Kelly. I'd love to see Daniel Kelly stay at Celtic if we can offer him a decent deal that suits both parties. And, you know, at the end of the day, he could be a future captain for Celtic. He has potential. We've seen the goal he scored against against Dundee with his bad foot in that 7-1 game. He looks like he had a decent player there, but we'll see what happens. We're no stronger than last season. We've still on signings. Jota, Moy, Idah. Look at Jota moved on. Look at Jota. We're not stronger on the left flank, but James is doing a job there. James is doing a job. Idah could do a job there. I would like to see us add to the left wing. Someone's saying in the comments, why are we not going for Michel Ange Blackawisha off Royal Antwerp? They're looking for too much for him. They're looking for around 8 million for a left winger. Yeah, he's 23 years of age. He's right footer. And he's scored a couple of Champions League goals and he's European experience, playing the Europa League as well. I just think we'll see what happens. I hope we do go and get McCown off Dundee. I'd like to see us get McCown. I thought he looks like a decent player, decent midfielder. It'd be good to add to the squad, you know. We'll see what happens. He's still not signed, but look at the deal. It's been agreed. It's been agreed. I understand there's people on this channel that'll be like, it's not true until we see him with a Celtic shirt in his hand and it's confirmed by the club. I understand that. I completely understand. There's a 10% chance that the deal could fall through, could fail a medical. Look, he's a Celtic player. He's coming in the door. He wants to be back at the club. He's been a part of that WhatsApp group. You've seen the shit mess that happened with Norwich, him not going over to play against Hoffenheim, getting booed at Carroll Road, coming on for half an hour the other day against Oxford United. He's going to be a Celtic player. It's a done deal. As I said, here's the source here. It's not a clickbait video. This is it here. You know, Anthony Joseph's a good, reliable source. 9.5 million. Which would be 8.5 million and then 1 million add-on. 15% sell-on clause is not bad. It's not bad. You know, it could have been worse. But all weekend, obviously, we've I'm just going to go back over a clip. This is what Norwich City manager said. This was back at the start of pre-season. So let's listen.
And then Adam, some internal issues where he reported late for the flight on Sunday, going to Austria, and we decided that, of course, he should come as quick as possible. But of course could not be a part of this game today because there's something we can accept and something we cannot accept, and this is a part where we cannot accept it.
Obviously, he reportedly got fined, disciplinary action against him because he didn't report for the flight over to Austria, and then he came on against St. Pauli at Carrow Road and he was booed. He went straight down the dugout a couple of days later, and then he didn't start the other day for the opening game, and he got beaten by Oxford United. I'm delighted. Norwich City think they're bigger than they are. They have this because they're in the Premier League every second or third season, and they get relegated. It gets to their head. They'll never be big as Celtic Football Club. They may get into the Premier League and have a kitty there to spend on players. Like, we have a kitty there as well. It's just the club need to start putting the funds in and start, getting these players in, getting a bit of quality in. He's injured, is he? Well, I haven't been, to be honest with you. I seen about 10 days ago, just lost looking at that, to be honest with you. Interest in him. Daniel Kelly would have been a long-term replacement. Well, look, he's still at Celtic. He's playing B games, so you never know what can happen. You never know. Like, he hasn't left the building, so see what happens. One player that has left the building that was confirmed was Bosun Lahal. He's gone. We got 2 million for him up front and a 1 million as well. So people are saying we haven't really spent money out of war chest because we sold Rokavata for $250,000. I don't know, Hakasbanovic, don't know how much he went for. I'm just putting off, I say, half a million, just a guess, right? We've got rid of Bosun Lahal. Who else has gone as well? There's been a good few players that have gone, and we've all went for nearly 3 million with add-ons in there as well. So that money's been covering Paolo Bernardo, it's covering Sansalo, and a portion towards Adam Idah. If we keep Matt O'Reilly past this window, I think it's a great window for Celtic, considering all the moan, all the jeering, all the controversy, all the impatient moments. And look, I'm one of them. One of them fans are like, I want to see us bring a bit of quality in, but beggars can't be choosers. As much as we pump money into the club, the board know themselves what they're going to spend this summer. What they're going to spend. They're probably annoyed at themselves that they've touched that Edwards kind of record. But look, it is what it is. You got to move on in football. If Celtic want to make a statement in Europe, you have to go out and buy some decent players. And it's a case that he has quality. He's really good in the air. He's good at holding the ball up. We've seen him against Kilmarnock at Rugby Park. He was outstanding in that game. Even when he came on at Ibrox, the 3-3 game, he was outstanding. He's just is a player there that will get better and better. And he's playing with the right crop of players as well. And with the likes of the likes of Matt O'Reilly behind him, who was on absolute fire, you just get better and better. Simple as, How has it been a great transfer? It will be a great transfer window if we keep O'Reilly. Because we've got a decent keeper in. If we get another centre back in the left pack, it will be a phenomenal window. At this moment of time, rating the window is about 7 out of 10 because we're getting Adam Idah. If we keep O'Reilly, it will bring it up, and we get a left back on a permanent, it will be better. So, as I said, it's been all right so far. We're starting to make strides. We're starting to get cleared out the dead wood as well, which is the most important thing. Clearing up that wage bill as well. Let's see. If Morosky's worth 6 million, then Idah's worth 9.5. 100%. Idah's younger than Morosky by 2 years as well. So 2 years of football, that can bring your valuation up more as well. So I'm delighted. That we can finally close the book on this one. I'd like to see more of Odie and Thiago home this season. There's quality there in the player. 100%. I'd like to see more of them as well. It just depends if you can get into that midfield fold. I thought Rio wasn't the greatest yesterday. I thought Matt played really well. I thought McGregor was outstanding from back to front. Obviously, that goal was phenomenal. That was his 64th goal in a Celtic shirt in 464 appearances. Do you rate Beck? Yeah, I rate Beck. Let's look at Owen Beck's stats while we're here. I do rate Beck. I think he's proved it in Scottish football that season. He was on loan at Dundee. So let me get the stats up and we'll go through it. Let's see. No, I don't want to go to Liverpool under 21, so I just want to go to Owen Beck. Just 2 seconds now. So his contract's up in 2 years' time, and Liverpool are looking for around 6 million from him. I think we should break the bank and get him. He's young, he's played in the league. He's had decent performances. So I just want to get his stats up to show you his stats. his market value at the moment is 1.25 million because Celtic are interested in their Champions League team and other teams are interested in him. His valuation's gone up past the 5. We need a third striker. 100% we need a third striker. Definitely. It would be nice to get a third striker, even someone on loan or something like that. But now they want 6 million. They want 6 million. Back in January, they wanted around 3 million. They want 6 million because they know that Championship teams want them as well, but they want them on a loan basis. 2 seconds now. Just route this up. Where is East Dundee stats? 2 seconds now. I'll just go back to his profile and we'll look at it properly. Oh, this is a shambles. This is a shambles. It cost Dundee for the whole loan fee was like 1.25 million for him when he went up. So here we are. Here we are. Thanks very much for the new membership as well, Tony. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much who's joined the membership as well. 99 pence on the channel. The special shout out thing is like the $2.99. I couldn't make it any lower, folks. It doesn't let me make it any lower. But just having you in and watching the channel and subscribing just is as good as buying the membership. So this is his stats here. Scottish Premiership, 25 games, 2 goals, 4 assists, good bit of minutes in there as well. A couple of League Cup games as well. He's played in the FA Cup as well. Then he has 50 appearances for reserve for Liverpool as well. So he's a guy that will get better and better. He's been capped for Wales on the 21 level as well. So see what happened. They let Brovsky sit. I just don't think. I think Aberdeen were trying to milk the fee. I think Aberdeen were probably as bad as Norwich, trying to get more. That's why they probably accepted Gianola's bid as well from Syria or from La Liga. Getting confused with Ginola and Genova. I was getting confused with both of them. But great signing for the club. I think Matt O'Reilly is worth 30 million. We should sell him for 32. If we could sell him for even 28 million plus add-ons, I'd be happy with that. But realistically, I wanted to stay at Celtic till the new year because I think we can make more money off Matt O'Reilly. With the Champions League football, him getting back into the Danish squad with a new manager, that would bring his valuation up. And he'll get goals and assists in there as well for Celtic. O'Shea doesn't want to come to us. No problem. No, but no player's bigger than any club. If Darragh O'Shea doesn't want to come to Celtic, don't worry about me. I'll move on. I'm not even talking about him anymore, to be honest. Smell the glove. Thanks very much for the membership as well. Really appreciate it. No, we'll have loads of money coming in. Like they still have to actually publish the revenue. They said they've made more revenue in the stock market, but report is meant to be over 120 million. We'll see what happens. We'll see what actually happens. I think he's worth over 30 million. He will be, like some people are saying, he's probably worth 40 million, but it's what he goes for. And I'm hoping that he doesn't go in this window. We all hope he doesn't go because he's a massive part of our midfield. Bernardo was a good player, but he's not at Matt O'Reilly's level just yet. So more work for Paulo Bernardo to do on the pitch. And look at this, there's glimpses there. Paulo Bernardo is a good player. We've seen his goal against Rangers. We've seen how much he played well against St. Mirren in Paisley around Christmas time. You know, even against Dundee away at Dens Park. I thought he was phenomenal that day. Paulo Bernardo, and plus he's had to get the Champions League experience as well. We got decent fee for Paulo Bernardo. Really was. As some people are saying, Odeon Holm has to work hard to get in there. I'd like to see Yang go on loan. If Holm is not going to get into that team, send him on loan to maybe a Dundee United or a Kilmarnock and get him. Look what happened with Christopher Royer and the likes of Christie. They went on loan and they got better and better, and then we sold them for decent fees as well. So let's see. That's it. No players obliged to come to Celtic. Exactly. Celtic's just a business, folks. Celtic's just a business, regardless of the rich history, the phenomenal stadium, the phenomenal fans. If there's money involved in football, which is double or triple with wages at another club, would you be gone? Chances you would be gone. Yeah, you have a chance to play for one of the best clubs in the world, one of the best support clubs in the world, but it's not guaranteed you're going to play against decent caliber. You know, Champions League football, yeah, wheels them in, but what if they come in and they get injured and they're missing the Champions League games and they don't get that experience? You know, got to think of these things as well. Exactly. Liam Scales was a prime example. I know there's been a lot of critics over Scales this season, and look at every player has faults, pros and cons, and let's take a little bit of slack off them, folks. We haven't conceded a goal yet this season. Just relax. Carter Vickers wasn't the greatest yesterday at times as well, but you know, we still haven't conceded a goal. So looking that way in a positive way. Yeah, I hear Bournemouth is in for them as well, because they sold Dominic Solanke for 65 million to Ange to Spurs, but we'll see what happens. Imagine he could be playing with Ryan Christie at Bournemouth, but we'll see what happens. If we hold firm on this, I really believe, I think Celtic are in a great position to keep him. I think he doesn't look like he's throwing his toys out his pram to leave Celtic, so which is really good. So if we keep him past the window, I think there will be weird bids coming in from maybe over the 30 million in transfer deadline day. Just to let you know, I will be doing a transfer deadline day podcast. Transfer window closes 11 o'clock in Scotland. I think it's 10 o'clock in England. So that will be on Friday, the 30th of August. Just a couple of days before the derby. We'll see who we have in. Good question. Are we happy with the valuation of Idah? Yeah, we have money in the bank. It's not a case that we're penny pinching here to we're a team that's second place in the league that's scraping money there. We have money there. I mean, we're going to break the bank eventually. So I'm happy. I'm happy he's brought in. Some fans are probably annoyed. At the end of the day, he's pumped money into the club and it's being put on players finally. And is Palmer injured? Reportedly that he's meant to be out for the next 10 days. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he has a good season. Hopefully he gets the finger out and stop doing TikToks and dancing and focus on the main thing and doing the talking on the pitch. We've seen potential with Lewis Palmer, as I said yesterday in the channel. Scored some decent goals and he came in, scored against Motherwell, scored against Aberdeen, scored against Kilmarnock. But, this other showboat and stuff, if he wants to be loved and appreciated the way that Emilio Izaguirre was, he needs to put the graft in and help us win titles. That whole Noran comparison in that. But, yeah. Some supporters are never happy. Exactly. Some supporters are never happy. At the end of the day, no matter what, people always have opinion, and I'm not going to fall out with people for their opinion. At the end of the day, it's a podcast. Some people are not going to be happy that Adam Idah was purchased for 8.5 million with the 1 million add-on. Some people would say we should have held off and tried to get him for 6 million. It is what it is. It's done. He's going to be in a Celtic shirt in the next 24 hours. I think it's money well spent. 100%. 100%. Let Adam Idah do the talking. When Adam Idah was linked to Celtic on loan, people were slating him. I'm gonna see, can I go back over that video and see can I find it? When I threw the video, people were just like, oh, I'm no disrespect to the guy, but he's not Celtic caliber. He's not this. He's not that. But we'll have a look. Keep the comments going, folks. Thanks very much for the memberships as well. Thanks very much for watching. If you could share it on WhatsApp or something like that, it would be really appreciated. It would be amazing if we can get more people involved. Subscribing to the channel will be brilliant. Right, here we go. Right. Let's screenshot this. Let's see what people are saying about Adam Idah before he was signed for Celtic, right? I done a video on this. Let's see what people are saying about Adam Idah then. Some fans weren't happy then. Signing Norwich scrap simply isn't the standard. The club has fallen to the depths. Sack the board. And Norwich are replacing the guy who bought. What the fuck is going on? Celtic man. Look at all these comments. Look at all the negativity, folks, before the guy even came in the door. Look at this. And I understand you're looking at his stats and he was a third choice striker for Norwich behind Pukki and stuff for years. But, you know, Peter Lara, because at the time there wasn't an option to sign him on a permanent. I think Celtic kicked ourselves in the teeth with that, you know. Another development player like, oh, this is mad. This is mad looking back over these comments. He's full of energy. Look, this is a good comment. Mark my words. There you go. Fair play to Keith Talbot, you know. This is madness. I don't know if you can see this. 17 goals in a 5 foot. Well, he's at the score 9 goals already for Celtic. Absolute joke. The bars are joke. This is gas. Can't believe we let Giakoumakis go. 100%. Should never let Giakoumakis go. Why is he not on the Norwich squad? Because he played on the wing most of the time. So they're a bit lightweight up top. Idah might add value. There you go. Not a marquee signing. People are going mad that we didn't get Van Hooydonk. I'm just still looking at these comments, folks, and I'll go back to these our own comments. The guy even looks like mince in the YouTube highlights. Celtic. I'm not naming the shameless, but folks, look at it. Look at this. Like, exciting now. You're troll. From an Norwich fan, trust me, this is rubbish. Most Norwich fans were celebrating. Completely overwhelming. I think it was at the time. It was overwhelming. But as I said in the video, if you go back over the video, I was like, just let the guy come in and, you know, just back him and see what happens. So, yeah, there we go. There we go. Wow. Interesting, wasn't it? Yeah, well, look at Larson. Obviously, was it an own goal when Hibs beat us that day? Passed it on for them to score. How much did we get for Giakoumakis? I actually don't remember, to be honest. I think we got 700 grand when he recently moved on from Atlanta. I'll find out now. See how much we got for Giakoumakis. I know me my profit anyway. Let's have a look. Them comments are brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. If you go back and you look at them, and I understand fans were underwhelmed and there wasn't much activity done in the window. I can understand even Nicholas Gunn, a lot of people weren't happy. But you look at the comments now. He has proven to Celtic fans since then. I'm sure there's fans there that were like, oh, he's mincing that. But when he scored in the cup final, sign him up. Yeah, it's gonna check now. Let's see how much we sold him for. 4 million. 4 million, folks. That's how much we sold him for. So we got him for a little nothing. 2.5 altogether from, and he was a top goal scorer as well in the Eredivisie when we signed him. So that was a good bit of business. It was mad to think Cameron Carter-Vickers was brought in from Spurs on loan. Jota was brought in, and we got Jota obviously at the end of that season, and Vickers at the end of the season for a decent fees as well. It was 14 million altogether for the both of them boys. Probably a little bit more, but yeah, 4 million. You, me, and Axon's favourite journalist. What's this about Axon? How's it going, Paul? I hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just delighted that we're starting to make strides in this transfer window and we're starting to get players in, and we can finally stop talking about Adam Idah, if he's coming or is he not coming, or should we go for another striker. I still believe we should go for another striker, even get someone for about 2 or 3 million and add a left back on a permanent basis. I said the other day on the podcast, 25 million. 25 million would be ideal if we could spend that. So we spent for somewhere around 14 million so far. If we could spend another 10 million in this window and get a left back on a permanent and get centre back on loan and a striker, I think we'd be laughing. You know, I think we'd be laughing. See what happens. He's one of us, exactly. So you millions at work. So yeah, Giakoumakis, what a good guy. He was decent. No, he was decent. 9.5. Let's be realistically. Never mind the comments. Well, just at the time, we were just being sceptic because we were linked with a third choice striker in Origin. Look at over the space of 9 months, or over the space of 8 months, he's made his valuation up, and he's going to be a Champions League player for Celtic. Hopefully, he can score in the Champions League as well. How's it going, Stephen? Hope you're doing well. Abu Kamara, don't even know who he is. Look him up. See what happens. But I'm going to jump off in about 4 or 5 minutes' time, folks. How you feeling? Are you happy with the signing? Are you happy with the deal? Did we overpay? You know that it went this long. We should have had him earlier. Let us know in the comments. Let us know, actually. Who's my favourite Celtic player of all time? I don't want to say Larson because everyone says Larson as much as he's the king of kings. I like to be different than everyone else. Bruni or Nakamura. Bruni or Nakamura. Like, I didn't grow up in the 90s supporting Celtic. Wasn't into football in the 90s, so I can't say Paul McStay. The maestro. Bruni for being an absolute legend as a captain, you know, being a quadruple captain, winning captain. You know, Nakamura was just an absolute magician with the free kicks, the way he played. I loved RODGERS as well. Obviously, support Celtic and the Zeros as well. Love Stilian Petrov. Stilian Petrov would be up there in my top 5 players. Boric, you know, Roy Aitken, what a guy. What a guy. I was only watching a cup final, I think it was 1984 against Aberdeen. Now, Aberdeen beat us that day, and then Aitken got sent off because he tackled Gordon Strachan, and he said something to the referee, and he got a red. If someone can remember back to them days, what exactly happened in that game, if you can just elaborate for me. Aitken got sent off via the bear. What a player. RODGERS was class. Sinclair was pretty good. You know, Hooper, class. Dembele, class. Tierney was class. You know, Fraser Foster, look at his moments in that cup final, you know. Still getting over it. Yeah. Should have beaten them that day. Look, Aberdeen were a class team in the 80s. You can't take it away, folks. They were a top team. Fergie had them playing decent football. They went on to win European honours and stuff like that as well. Yeah, well, look at Lubo. Yeah, I've seen a bit of Lubo when I was growing up. You know who I loved in a Celtic shirt, but he was only a short term. Craig Bellamy was deadly for Celtic as well. Robbie Keane was pretty decent for Celtic, even though it was a bad season. Paddy McCourt, I remember being at a game where Paddy McCourt came off the bench against Hearts and we won 3-0 and he took around five guys and slotted in. Remember his goal against St. Mirren away as well. Unbelievable in the Bumblebee. Look, it's the way the football's gone. I don't know if you were in for the comments I put up on YouTube there when he was leaking to us 24 hours before he signed for us. Yeah. That's what I was looking at the video. When I was watching the video yesterday, I was like, it wasn't even a red card, like, because he said something to Strachan and then the referee just literally just sent him off, you know. How do you think the Rangers game will go tomorrow? Look, at they're playing, I know they're not playing in Ibrox. Dynamo Kiev, they're there for the taking. I think Rangers will probably get through, to be honest with you. But I don't think they'll get through in the next round anyway, so they'll be playing Europa League football. Celtic Lazio game Foster. That save at the end, unbelievable stuff. What a save, Robert Hunter. What a save. Talking about, I swear, if you were the one in goal. But Bellamy was deadly. Alan Thompson was class. Chris Sutton was unbelievable. John Hartson. John Hartson was something else for Celtic. Met Big Bad John many times. What a nice guy. But me growing up, when I look at that team, Seville, Stilian Petrov was my player I always went for. Stilian was always the guy I loved. Still love Stilian, you know. Chance to meet him a couple of times. Really nice guy, you know. Couldn't care less. I hope they lose tomorrow, but I think they'll win. To be honest. Who cares about them anyway? It's all about the champions. It's all about the double winners, the 3-all game. Say it as that day, you know. Big Bad job. Good stuff. I'll root out on the channel. I'll root out my first ever Celtic jersey and I'll show you. So I'll have a sign with Stilian And when I interviewed Chris Sutton live, got him to sign it as well. He's not a bang average player, but instead we got only little Norwich City's third striker, and we'll pay 9.5 million plus the wages. Little Norwich City money. Look at Frank. I don't know if that's negative or you were saying in realistic terms, but he scored big goals for Celtic. It's not a case that we're getting this guy, he's third strike. It's not like 6 or 7 months ago where he didn't play for Celtic prior. He's played for Celtic. He scored in the big game. So I think he'll do well. There's no, well, when it was all firm, I would say the last game against them, the 3-0 game. Maybe if you're going for a Glasgow derby from 2016 onwards, I would probably say the 5-1 game when Dembele scored a hat-trick as well, you know. Yeah, but that's for Norwich. Like, we move on, folks. Move on. Like, he's nine goals and 19 games for Celtic. Let's stop thinking about what he done for Norwich, what he didn't do for Norwich, what he's done for Celtic. He's got me, you know, some players. Look at Chris Sutton. He didn't do well for Chelsea, did he? Even though he was deadly for Blackburn. Like, move on. Move on from it. Van Dijk was good. Van Dijk was excellent, especially that goal against Ross County. Was it Ross County? No. It was a Ross County scored against, or was it St. Johnstone? I think it was St. Johnstone where he took the ball up from the halfway line and scored an absolute blinder. Either one of them was anyway. And his free kicks as well. You knew he was going to go on to big things and, you know, one of the best centre-back, you know. Yeah. We'll see what happens. He saved their season 100%, you know. Worth every penny, powerhouse of a player. Watch this space. He's going to flourish. Exactly. We all have different opinions, folks. Different opinions. Let him come in the door. And if he scores the weekend, slides the opinion down a little bit. Let him do his talking on the pitch when he's providing assists, when he's scoring goals, when he's linking up. And I know I'm surprised no one's asked me on the channel tonight, should Celtic go 4-4-2 in a couple of games? They probably look at Rodgers done it with Dembele and Edward before Dembele left. Could be up the sleeve. We've seen it earlier. I've seen it in parts of the season as well. I think it was against Motherwell. He went with 4-4-2. We could see what happens. Celtic should go for Evan Ferguson. Is this Evan Ferguson that plays for Bologna, is it? Has he been confirmed? No, he hasn't been confirmed, but I could show you this. And this is not clickbait. This is just being honest. There you go. And BBC obviously talked about as well earlier on. So that's the deal there. 8.5 million with 1 million add-on. 15% sell-on clause for Norwich. He's been at Norwich for since 2017, so they think they got a bit of business there with him, considering he only scored 17 goals and stuff like that. You know, medical this week. People need to stop moaning that we ain't spending, and when we're spending, we're still moaning. That's it. No one can be happy. We'll see what happens. We'll all be stuck up with him. If Brendan goes, does a runner to Saudi, he tits up as you. Brendan's not going to go. Like, what's the crack like with people being like thinking Brendan's going to jump ship? Brendan's here for another season. After this season, he'll do 3 years and he'll move on. Simple as. He's not going to jump ship. I think he's learned from the last time. You know, the pain that he conflicted over, you know, leaving with a third of the season left to go. He's learned his mistakes. Yeah, and plus he's on he's on reportedly on 5 million a year as well. Rodgers is, so I'm not worried about Brendan leaving at all. Not worrying about it at all. I think Celtic fans need to accept we are going to spend big money now rather than just simple. I don't think we're going to spend big money. I just think because there's been so much pressure on getting Adam Idah in the door and we're short for ammunition in that department. That's the reason why we've done it, to be honest. He loves Celtic, does he? That's the difference. Exactly. I feel happier tonight as well. I feel great. As I said last night in the channel, if something was going to develop tonight, I would have came back on, and I'm glad I came back on. I'm glad you are all watching the channel tonight, and I'll stay on for another few more minutes. And where's the next position should we be going to strengthen? Is it centre back or as a left back? I know people are going to say both. Where would you prefer to see Celtic go for next? A left back for me. I think it's a no-brainer. We need to get Greg Taylor. We need to get ammunition for him, you know. Centre back. Some people are saying centre back, left back. Yeah. I'd say left back. I think, you know, as I said, I think Taylor's playing well, but Taylor is not a European Champions League level, near that level. So we'll see what happens. I think Brendan Rodgers knows full. He's at a massive club on a great platform. He ain't going anywhere, I don't think. Exactly. Both, yeah. Go on the shug. Go on the shug. You good thing, yeah. Definitely left back. Archie Brown. Is this Archie Brown that plays for Peterborough, is it? Let me see. Oh, is this Genk? He plays for Ghent. Ghent, let's have a look. I've never heard of Archie Brown before. Jamaican, English, 22 years of age. Let's not a bad show. Let's see. We'll have a look now. We'll whip it up. Well, that's it. I think Larga Bielka will go. I think we'll get about 2 million off Larga Bielka, even alone deal with an obligation to buy. This guy looks pretty decent. Hold on, let's get rid of this pop-up. He's been went to Genk for 4 million from the Swiss team. Play for Derby. Were we not linked with this guy a couple of years ago? I think I remember doing a video on this guy, Archie Brown. I actually remember doing a video on this guy. Actually, yeah, I remember we were linked with him, and we were linked with another left back off Derby as well. I remember at the time, 5 million transfer. See, his contract's 20. I think we could get him for about 4 million. Let's look at his stats as well. Not his goals. Why am I putting his goals in? Oh, I am having an absolute nightmare tonight. This is what happens when you have 100 odd people looking at you. You fall off the cylinders. Yeah, let's see. No, that's the wrong one, folks. Hold on. That's the wrong one. That was Glenn Beck. Not Glenn Beck, Owen Beck. Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck is a liberal YouTuber I watch from America, so he's probably wondering how Glenn Beck is. He looks like Colonel Sanders, he does. Right. He has loads of experience. Like Pro League, you know, Championship level as well. Premier League, Reserve Premier League as well. 47 games for Genk played as well there, and then look at he hasn't played senior level championship actually, but he's not a bad player. Look at this left midfield, 17 goals. Let's sign this guy up. Yeah. How's it going, Danny? Hope you're well. Has Celtic lost their collective minds? Almost 9 million for a third choice striker. Wake up shortly and we'll find out he's a nightmare. He played already for us, Danny. Jesus Christ, it's a case that it was back in January. Look, I went back over the comments in January where people were saying the similar thing. He scored. He helped us win the double. And I think he will get better and better. He might be a flop. You could be right. You could flop it. You could come in and there's this pressure of, you know, signing him up and he might just flop over the season, and you know, you could flop, you know, could happen. You know, form is temporary, as they say. Like, there's no point writing him off. Like, give the guy a chance, for God's sake. This negativity, like, I understand you're probably thinking in your head and you're saying, he's not going to be up to the level. He's not going to cut in the Champions League. He's going to be injury prone. He's not going to do this. Would you take Ryan Christie back now? I'd rather give Odin home a go in the team than Ryan Christie, you know? Expensive at that price, disappointing from the recruitment. It feels like it's a desperate boy. A lot of fans of Norwich are rubbing their hands. They are rubbing their hands. But at the end of the day, it is like, for a third choice striker, it's a lot of money. for a championship striker. But as I said, because he's played for Celtic and scored some crucial goals and helped us be a part of our success last season, forget about it. Let him do the talking on the pitch and let him make the valuation back. You know, we needed an extra striker. Look at KYOGO yesterday coming off. You know, went down against Kilmarnock. There was a bit of stress there. £9.5 million and plus knowledge. But look, anyways, we'll see how it goes. Once he starts scoring goals, if he scores on the 1st of September, I'm sure a lot of you will start to relax about the opinion, and that's all right. Okay, that's all right. Brendan rates him exactly. Have faith, folks. Have faith. Have faith at the end of the day. Stop writing the guy off, for God's sake. This is what happened the last time. You wrote him off, and did he come in and do a job? Exactly. Who cares about Feyenoord? Who cares about Feyenoord? Don't care about Feyenoord. Don't care about any other club but Celtic. It's the most important thing. So let's see how we get on the next couple of days. Will Celtic put around £5 million in for Owen Beck as a permanent transfer, or will Owen Beck go to QPR or Leeds on a loan basis? We will see. Time will tell. But I just want to say thank you very much, folks, for watching the live tonight. Don't forget to subscribe. 62% is don't subscribe to the channel. So if you could subscribe to the channel, it'd be appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow night for a couple of videos, and I'll speak to you all soon. Hell. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in.